This was something that pissed me off this week.
What it is.
See if I can pull this shit up.
You don't watch football? At all?
At all.
Is it hard to watch film then if you don't like watching football?
Yeah.
For real? That's crazy.
I don't like watching film either. I don't ever need to watch it by myself because we go over as a receiver group.
Now that was receiver Ted McMillan. First and foremost, there's just so many red flags to me about this clip. Number one, the fact that you don't have the common decency and respect to be in a quiet area where you can allot 5 or 10 minutes of your day to have a conversation with these podcasters or journalists, whoever they are. I don't know. I would shout them out if I knew their platform. I don't know. That's number one. First red flag. Second red flag, if you couldn't understand the clip, they ask him, first things first, you don't like watching football? He says no. Second thing is, they say, well, that must be tough watching film. Like, you know, if you don't like watching football, that must be tough because, like, you don't have the fucking cameras and the commentators and the fucking theatrics, everything. Like, if you don't like watching football already, there's no way that you can enjoy watching film. This nigga says, no, I don't like watching film. As a matter of fact, I don't even watch this shit by myself because we watch it so much as a position group. Red flag. Which makes my fucking liking for Tet and us going him 8, it drops it down. But I would love to hear y'all's reaction because this shit really triggered me and pissed me off, bro. I told y'all, like, you know, I'm very obsessive about certain shit. And I just feel like as a pro athlete, there's a certain standard that should be met and a certain criteria that should be met. Like, no matter what role you play on the team, no matter, like, if you're dedicating your life to a sport, which all of these guys are, because like on any given time they could just croak on field from one bad hit, right? So you're dedicating your life to this sport, and you decide to tell me that you're not willing to go above and beyond and do what's necessary to be elite at your position. I absolutely fucking hated this shit. I hated it.
I think context is important though in this situation.
Well, what the fuck other context do you need? They asked him two very simple questions.
The context being, this was an interview that has resurfaced recently, but this is actually an old interview that happened during Tet's freshman year.
Okay.
So I do think context is important.
Thank you. You've been doing your job very good today.
I will also say, which we're probably going to butt heads, I understand, you know, maybe be in a quieter area, you know, maybe some stuff you don't say on camera, you know, get a better PR team. At the same time, he's a kid. You got to think about that. He was, probably 18 in that clip. He's only 21 now. You know.
So this shit is acceptable to you.
Let me finish.
Okay.
He's a kid, so it's like he has some growing stuff that he's going to have to deal with, or, you know, that's going to happen relatively fast. I will say it doesn't look like watching film has stopped him from performing at the level that he's performed at. So, I mean, you know, to me, it's like, are you a dog or what? If Travis Hunter was to go in there and say he don't watch film.
Well, you already know how. If you can't keep your fucking house in order, there's not really much shit that you're going to be able to tell me. So, already you know how I'm looking at him. The lenses that I look at that nigga through.
Yeah, but you would still do some shit to have him in Carolina.
Not necessarily. Go check out the fucking shit that I did with Desmond Johnson. He asked me if the Panthers had the opportunity, if Travis Hunter was still available at number 6, and the Carolina Panthers had the opportunity to move up 2 slots, would I do it? And I said no. And I said no very, very fast. I said it would cost too much. But, I mean, to be quite frank, at this point, I'm just not really that like, Travis Hunter is a phenomenal athlete. He's outstanding. I don't know. I think I would probably say he's a generational talent just based on what he did in college.
And you wouldn't go up.
Is he still with old girl?
I mean,
I haven't seen
I
much.
It's been very quiet on that front.
Yeah, because somebody told him the same thing that they have been saying for a month and a fucking half. Get your house in order, nigga.
So he's a generational talent, but you wouldn't move up 2 spots to get him.
He was a generational talent in college. I don't know where he's going to be in the pros.
I mean, isn't that what you draft people based off of, what
Yes.
they did in college?
Yes, that on top of what you believe they'll be in the NFL. I don't know what Travis Hunter is going to be in the NFL because the spectacle of what Travis Hunter was the fact that he played both ways and he never missed a play. Right, he played like 98%, 97% of college snaps, and that's like outstanding and phenomenal. That to me does not translate to the NFL. So that's number one. So we're talking about, okay, instead of you going to full-time both ways, you're going to come in special packages, things of that nature, whatever the case may be. Am I willing? This is the question that we have to ask ourselves. We already spent $100 million on J.C. Horn, right? Already spent that. You have your lockdown corner. Am I willing to do a pick swap this year, plus more capital this year, plus what I believe would turn out to be a first next year? Am I willing to do that to go get Travis Hunter? For me personally, at this particular time, the answer is no.
Well, to rebuttal about, him playing both ways in college, and that's kind of what stood out to everyone. Well, you got to think about it. Now you get him where he's able to focus on one particular position group, which would be cornerback, which most people think that he's better at corner. So
it should be cornerback.
Yeah, so, I mean, he's able to just focus on corner and come in special packages. So I feel like that would do nothing but help him.
Well, would you trade up with what the compensation I just said? Go ahead. I'll let you go. My apologies.
No, I was just going to say to pull it back together because this guy that we're having the conversation about, Travis Hunter being the generational talent and
Cook him.
everything that he is, if he doesn't watch film, he's still
That's my whole thing. It's like,
yeah,
you're tweaking about him not watching film. Like, obviously, it's like you're going to have to watch some film just because these guys are at a different level than the guys that you played against in college.
Not necessarily. You're going to have to watch film if you want to be that next level. Great. But if you just want to be a guy in the NFL, you don't have to watch film. Because his athleticism and his talent will make him a good player in the NFL regardless, like a decent player, just off the muscle. If he's to take it to the next level and you're going to trust this guy as a wide receiver one, you're going to have to start watching film. And there's ways that we can do this. We can make you watch film because we can put it in your fucking contract. We can give you a tablet, the same way they did with Johnny.
I don't want to have to do that.
Kyler Murray.
We might.
Yeah,
have
I don't want to
to.
have.
We might have.
I don't want to have to do
when
that.
Dez Bryant,
I don't want to make
league,
niggas. I don't want to have to make niggas want to play football.
When Dez Bryant entered into the NFL, Jerry Jones had to give that nigga a handler. Like he legitimately had a handler that had to follow him to keep him out of trouble.
I was about to say.
the
I
shit
mean,
that
is
he did.
Dez Bryant the fucking standard? This nigga that fucking beat his mom.
What I will say is,
Is Dez Bryant? Hey, and I love Dez just like the next guy. But is this nigga the fucking standard?
what I will say is, I wouldn't have changed that draft pick for nothing in the world. Dez Bryant was a fucking phenomenal wide receiver when he was in the NFL, top 5 in his time. Phenomenal fucking wide receiver.
Can we please go slow?
He was top 5 in his time. What are we going fucking slow for?
Okay, because I don't agree with that. But we don't have time. We don't have time. But continue. My bad.
Was, regardless of what you say, he was.
Okay.
I would do that, every day, 5 days, 7 days a week, and twice on Sunday.
5 days seems.
I would do that.
5 days seems reasonable.
I was
nigga,
thinking
I don't
about- I'm
want to
thinking
have
about
to.
the work week.
Long story short, nigga, I don't want to have to force niggas to want to do their bitch ass job.
Well,
Can you give me a list
we
of the
know
top?
this.
Can you give me a list of the top 3 Carolina Panthers ever? Matter of fact, let's just say top 5.
Would you rather
No
get
fucking particular order. I don't need niggas thinking fucking long about it. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, what we're gonna come to the conclusion of is Luke Kuechly is on that list.
Cam
right?
Newton.
Cam
Julius
Newton,
Peppers,
Steve
Smith?
Julius Peppers, and whoever the fuck you want to put for the 5th.
They gonna say Sam Mills, but
Nigga, never mind. Keep pounding. All of that good shit. I'm going to keep that coming. I'm glad that I held my tongue right now. Shout out to Sam Mills and his family. Respect, rest in peace, all of that good shit. Nigga, ultimately at the end of the day, what I can tell you, what made them niggas great is the preparation before they got on the field on Sunday. You will have a lot of people that will argue that Luke Kuechly is the greatest Carolina Panther that ever stepped field step on a foot on the field in Bank of America Stadium. And what made Luke Kuechly so fucking great, no matter who you ask, anybody that played against them, played with them, coaches, whatever, the key and what changed that nigga into being a fucking demon is the fucking preparation.
Well, Lawrence Taylor did coke before games.
Nigga, and to be quite frank, you can tell, and he was a demon. And
So
if I
if
must
we
say,
could
it's a
substitute?
lot of fucking. It's a,
Yeah.
I mean, if he's gonna say that he's gonna do cocaine before the games, then maybe we can change. Maybe I'll change it. Maybe you don't gotta prepare as much.
What if that's what he's doing instead of watching film?
Yeah, we don't know.
You don't know what he's
No,
doing.
you're right. We don't know. I just don't want to have to make niggas have a passion for what they do and what they will put on this earth to do.
I don't think that he lacks a passion for what he does. I just think that it's just something that doesn't interest him.
And I just think that, nigga, I don't give a fuck. There's some shit that you do at your job that doesn't interest you. And either way,
He
every
said he
fucking
watches
day,
film. He just
you
doesn't
go
do it
in
by
and bust your
himself.
ass.
Yeah,
and
like
do-
He still watches film.
nigga, but I don't want to have to fucking hold your hand and make you watch
You don't.
film.
He'll watch it in practice.
That's lame as hell. Yeah,
Bro, it's
that's
the
unacceptable.
same shit, bro.
Because, nigga,
I'm
that
not gonna lie,
mentality
I
is
fuck with
fucking jag shit.
I
That's
don't
fucking
mind it. I
jag
don't mind
shit.
it because it's the
Yeah,
same
no, I
shit.
know you
it's
fucking
the same.
don't,
Listen,
nigga.
listen.
That's
It's the
fucking
same
bullshit
shit. It's the
preparation.
same shit I used to tell my teachers in class. They'd be like, Tavian, why don't you ever do the homework? Because I don't fucking need to. Because when the test is in front of me, I get an A on that motherfucker. And that's all you need. I know the material. I don't need to do the extra work like these motherfuckers because I know what I'm doing.
Yeah. That to me is just unacceptable.
And that's the same
That's,
shit.
yeah,
That's
nigga,
what Ted is saying.
I wish my
That's
son
what
would tell
Ted
me.
is
My
saying.
son or my daughter would tell me some shit like that when it was time to do homework. I'll punch them dead in their fucking chest. Like, cool. You don't want to do the fucking work? You don't want to do the work? Cool, nigga. That shit is just fucking completely
Well, my
unacceptable,
thing is,
bro.
I said,
And I know that he was a freshman in college when this came out. Is that confirmed, or you just pulling
Yes,
that out of
bro.
your ass to fucking fit the
Yes,
narrative?
bro.
Which one?
That's the story.
Okay, cool. So I'll give the bitch nigga some fucking leeway. Excuse me, I shouldn't have called him that.
So you'd rather
I'll
have him or
retract that
Matthew Golden?
statement. Does Matthew Golden obsess over his fucking film?
it
And does he
doesn't
obsess
fucking
over
matter
his
who's the
craft?
better player. Turn the fucking film on. That's what we have a problem with, bruh. It's like you can easily turn the film on and say who's the better player. Watch the fucking film. What does the tape show you? He's the better player, regardless of if he watches film or if he doesn't. Now, I take the standpoint that he is going to need to watch film, and I disagree with what Tavian said.
On his own, because team film don't do shit for you,
Well,
nigga.
I'm not
you
saying-
need to go watch yourself.
Well, I'm not saying that, but I say he does need to watch film because these guys are at a different talent level. They're at the same level or better than you are. NFL is different from college. They say that all the time. That shit is a way different ball game. And if you're not watching film on the tendencies of the cornerbacks and just like the defense in general, like it's going to be easy for them to bottle you up and make you a non-factor. So he does need to watch film, but I'm not going to use that video against him like, oh, I'm not going to go get him at 8 because he said he doesn't watch film.
Did I say that? I just said.
Yeah,
giving
you
him-
said
I
it. You said it makes him
I
go
said-
down.
I
You said
it was
taking him at 8.
No. Well, let me clarify. Let me clarify.
Now
It's
you're talking
a-
about did he say that?
It's
Yes,
a-
you did say
It's
that.
a red flag. Let me clarify, because maybe I did. You know, sometimes I just be up this bitch chatting and be forgetting what I say. It takes Tet from being here, being the absolute pick for number 8, to let's just come down here with everybody the fuck else, and let's just continue to evaluate.
It takes me nowhere.
But you were jerking your cock last year for a receiver who had 1 year of fucking production.
Was I? Was I ever fucking doing all of that for Xavier Leggett? Was I? Was I? Dylan, can you please pull the film where I was fucking sucking or jerking my cock off to fucking Xavier Leggett? Can we ever do that? Can we please do that? I don't recall that ever being the case. I don't recall that ever being the case. About
You never
only thing
do.
that I
You
said
never
was,
do.
nigga, no, this is the thing. What I said was, it's pretty much the same exact fucking stance that I'm taking this year. I don't really give a fuck what we do, but if niggas are asking me my preference, this is the guy I would like to have. And if you just so happen on draft night to take this guy, I'm gonna be excited. Was I ever doing fucking cartwheels saying that Xavier Leggett was going to be the best wide receiver to come out of fucking South Carolina University? Absolutely not. Never said that and never did any of that. So jerking my cock, that's a little stretch and a little exaggeration, but I get it. It be COE. I understand.
But what about for Jonathan Brooks? You were so happy for that motherfucker.
Well,
And you know
they
he ain't
also
played
told
a
me-
down of football in over a year.
Well, do you know what they told me?
What?
He would be ready by July 1. They told me the bitch would be. I gotta stop. I apologize. I'm sorry.
Well, what I'm telling you is Tet is gonna be Tet, regardless of what he said in that interview. Like he's what you see on paper or what you see on film. So I don't know how that shit took him from up here down to the.
Because it's about your mentality.
If anything,
If you
I
don't
feel like you
obsess
just
over fucking
overreacted,
winning-
bro. Like
if
it
you don't
might make you
obsess
want to
over
pump
winning-
your brakes a little bit, slow down maybe.
Yes. And that's exactly what I said. It makes me want to pump my brakes and slow down. It's a fucking red flag because now I challenge you in your preparation.
Well, maybe
And
he.
how serious
We're
you
saying
take the
all of
fucking
this,
game.
and maybe he watches film now.
Yeah, and that's what that was great context. He said that's very important in these kind of situations.
But even
In
if he doesn't,
conversations. You don't give a fuck, right? That shit is A-okay. So when we got to see Surtain or when we
just
got to
know-
see bro from Detroit, shit
I just
like
know
that.
the shit would change when he gets to the league.
Okay, well, so we just spent 30 minutes on this shit for no
Because
reason.
it's not like a quarterback. Like I would have a problem if we were getting a quarterback and he said he didn't watch film. Like that will fucking enrage me.
Yeah, see, I just don't see it the same.
So
But I understand.
the other receiver then, Matthew Golden, came in for a top 30 visit.
Not mad at it. I mean,
Is that a pick at 8? Is that a realistic?
absolutely the fuck not. There's a couple of things that would make me actually. That whole fucking soliloquy that I went on about fucking Phil Knight and all of that shit is a surprise. Actually, like as we've gone on the last 30 minutes or so, I want to take that whole shit back. Like it was cute and I prepared that shit, like and did all of that. I actually want to take that whole shit away, bro, because there is a lot of things that could happen for the Carolina Panthers at 8 that would piss me the fuck off. And that nigga's name being selected at 8 would be one of them. So I just want to go on record and say, like, I'll just take all of that away. Because it was phenomenal. Still do highly, highly encourage y'all to go read the book for sure. But, yeah, no, absolutely not. No, it's not a realistic target at 8. We could talk about second round, third round, fourth, whatever the fuck, but absolutely not at 8. That'll piss me off. That'll get us canceled.
Well, I'm going to shot beer out my nose.
Thank you, bro. Thank you for just asking that and adding that context. He did come and visit for a top 30 visit. Love him. Think he's
You're
a
fucking
great
pathetic.
Why? Why? Because that's not a good surprise. Didn't you tell me? And I still agree with you. Like, don't
but
fucking
I don't
surprise
even know
me.
why you even said that shit to start.
Because,
with,
bro, like it felt good. Like like yeah, I trust his front office. Like I think that they can get it done. Nah, because they do have the liability. They do have the fucking tendency to do some dumbass shit. And there's just a couple of names that will be mentioned that I just might tweak out over. And I know that you will be the same way, but now that I'm sitting here thinking about it, it's like, yeah, don't surprise me, actually, nigga. All of the names I've been seeing, Graham, Walker, Ted, who else? Mike Green, who else? There's been a couple of, Michael, fuck no. That's going to be another name that's going to make me crash out. So there are a couple of names that'll trigger me, bro. There are, especially if we go to 8 and we come with this mentality. Michael is one of them. Golden is one of them. There's a couple of names that I will fucking lose my top behind. Now just stay within the parameters. I'll say that. I'll say that. Maybe that was left for your interpretation when Phil Knight said that shit. I think set parameters, but then let the niggas fucking surprise you with the way they go about it.
Yeah,
If not, then that's the fucking
when you
JJ
said
version.
that, I thought it was a fucking horrible quote. I thought this shit was one of the worst quotes I ever heard. But I'm like, okay, it's Phil Knight. He got that far for a reason, but that is fucking terrible to me.